So how do mushrooms kill humans? And how is RNA related to this? Well, there's a specific species of mushrooms called the Amanita species of mushrooms, usually found in areas of North America. And this species of mushrooms produces a toxin known as alpha-amanitin toxin. That's alpha-amanitin toxin. And what this toxin does is that it affects the function of a molecule called RNA polymerase II. And we'll remember that RNA polymerase II is responsible or involved in the transcription of DNA, which leads to the production of messenger RNA. And messenger RNA goes on to produce proteins within the human cell. Now, what happens when this process stops? Well, if RNA polymerase can't work and messenger RNA can't be produced, that means there's not going to be protein production happening within the cell, so the DNA can't function properly and it can't repair itself, and that's eventually going to lead to cell death. One of the first areas of the body that's affected is the gastrointestinal tract, because when the mushroom is ingested, those are some of the first cells which are in contact with the toxin for a prolonged period of time. And this is going to lead to acute gastrointestinal failure. So how is this going to present in the patient who comes to hospital, usually a few hours after ingesting the mushroom? Well, they're going to have severe nausea, they're going to have abdominal pain, and they're also going to have diarrhea. Now, as well as this, they're going to be a bit yellow, and that's because they're jaundiced. And if we take some blood tests from this patient, they're going to have a raised serum bilirubin, which is obviously presenting as jaundice. Now, the liver is also affected, which is going to raise the transaminases, specifically AST and ALT. And as the liver is involved in coagulation, we're going to have a raised prothrombin time. Now, both children and adults are affected, but children are usually affected more often because they have a higher dose per kilogram of body weight. And that's obviously because they're smaller human beings in general. However, in adults, it's usually more potent, and that usually leads to more fatalities. Now, if we look at the overall mortality of ingestion of Amanita mushrooms, that ranges anywhere from 10 to 60%. So this has a very significant mortality rate. There you go. That's a quick overview of how mushrooms can kill humans and affect RNA.